Hey, what's up, DC? Thank you for having me for this interview. I definitely appreciate it.
Hey, Rogent X, DC Money here. First off, I want to thank you for, taking the time to do this interview. I just have a few questions that I would like to get your opinion on. The first question I would like to ask is, do you think that riding with a large or a small group is safer than riding alone?
Do I think riding in a large group or small group is safer than riding alone? Well, I think each one has its pros and lows. Of course, with the larger group, there's more potential for cagers to see all the riders, but at the same time, the chances of an accident happening among the riders is also pretty great. Same thing for smaller groups. So pros as well. They could extra pair of eyes for the hazards out there. Riding solo, you don't necessarily have to worry about other riders, but at the same time, you can't let your guard down to the possibility that another rider might come and kind of join up with you. So really, I think it just depends on what kind of riding it is. If it's on the freeway or in the city or out in the twisties, so it could vary on that one.
Okay, that sounds great. I believe we are both on the same page with that question. One thing I would like to add is, that at times when riding with the group, um, the less experienced riders tend to pass their limits, trying to keep up with the more experienced riders. So, that is definitely a con. We don't want anybody getting hurt out there. We're just all trying to, enjoy the freedom of riding. And so it's up to the experienced riders, I believe, to make sure that they keep to their limits. The less experienced riders keep to their limits, and that always to have a destination point, so everybody knows where they're going, so they don't feel as if they have to keep up. That they can go on their own speed and not be rushed. I think that's pretty important. But let's go to our next question, which is, do you think riding with gear is a must or a choice?
Do I think for me personally, riding with gear a must or a choice? Definitely a must. As you know, I got to that accident back in November, and granted, I had the leather jacket, but I didn't have the proper pants, and legs got scraped up a little bit, but not too bad. But ever since then, I'm definitely all the gear all the time. Definitely.
Well, I'm definitely glad that you were okay after the accident. That's proof that gear works and is a must. I definitely believe it's a must. So all of you that, decide you're not going to wear your helmet, or, oh, it's too hot, I don't want to wear my jacket. I hope you're a perfect rider, riding in a perfect world, and I'm not sure which world that is. So, so our next question is, do you think you should wear earplugs when riding?
Do I think people should wear earplugs when they're riding? Definitely. We only have, one set of eardrums, so I think it's very important that a person does wear some sort of earplug. I do personally. I have these little foam ones. They're not great, but they do help. Because I have in my family ear infections pretty high, and I already lost some of the hearing in my right ear because of an ear infection. But still, I gotta protect it, so all the time. I don't think people should listen to music when they ride. Unless they have like super great hearing, but even then I do not recommend it. So I think it's better to have earplugs and still be able to hear what's going on around you. So definitely earplugs all the way.
That sounds pretty much how I feel. I completely agree with wearing earplugs. I know I have rode with music at times, but it was only in one ear, you know, and not very loud, just one ear or so with the music, but I no longer do that. But the earplugs I think is a must, especially if you're riding with the group and they have, you know, loud, I mean extremely loud pipes. Those can really get your ears ringing and can actually hurt. And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that have, you know, popped the eardrum because of loud pipes. So definitely. So for our last question, should stores have separate parking for motorcycles?
Should stores have separate parking for motorcycles? I definitely think so. At my work personally, it took about, I think it took like 6 or 7 months for me to finally convince my boss to open up a parking space for motorcycles. And so I think every shop should have, or any kind of business for that matter, they should definitely have a parking space for motorcycles. I think it'll probably save a lot of pissed off people. There's been times when I've had to park way up in the close or way up in the back, rather, because there's no parking spaces up front. But anyway, yeah, so definitely.
Okay. Again, we are thinking the same. Stores really should section off parking for us. That'll eliminate parking on sidewalks. A lot of people don't like to have to get around the bikes. Sometimes you can get a ticket for parking on the sidewalk. In front of, a lot of the stores, like we'll park in front, because we don't want our bikes to get knocked over. Because cars tend to just kind of whip into parking spots, not really paying attention, and oops, bikes on, ran over. And, nobody wants to come out with the bike ran over and damaged. And, they just need to go ahead and start sectioning off certain spots for us and, make things easier, like hospitals. Hospitals usually tend to have a motorcycle parking only. So, that's how I feel about that. Same as you. So, I'd like to thank you again for your time and input. I can't wait to get out there and ride with you. Hopefully I can bring a few guys when I do. Definitely looking forward to getting out to Cali. I mean, I haven't had a chance to ride out there. I've been to Cali, but never rode there, and I definitely want to do that, and would definitely love to meet you. I can't wait, for that. I know it'll be a blast. I know it will. So stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. See you later, Rogent X.
All right, thank you for having me. Yeah, I definitely had a great time with this interview, and definitely look forward to, whenever you and your group come out here to California, let alone my town, and do some riding together. That would be totally awesome. All right, man, you take care. Stay safe out there, too. Rogent X.